Hello and welcome everyone to this tutorial session. In this video, we will discuss about Python environment. So we start off this video by understanding what are modules and packages in Python. Then we will give an introduction to pip package manager. We will discuss why we use pip in Python, and we will also illustrate some of the basic pip commands. Then we will discuss what is a virtual environment and why we require virtual environment in Python. And then we will understand how we can create Python virtual environment. In the end, we will give an introduction to Conda, which is another package manager tool, and we will discuss some of the basic Conda commands. Without any further delay, let's jump to our first topic and understand what are modules and packages in Python. So Python basically supports modular programming approach that allows breaking big Python scripts into small manageable files known as modules. Now a module in Python is an independent Python program that consists collection of related code stored in a .py file. So a module is just a Python file. So instead of writing one code multiple times, we can simply create a Python module and use it in multiple programs just by importing them. Now, when we start working on large Python projects, we create multiple modules, and the collection of these multiple modules is known as a package. So just like we manages multiple files in a directory, we use package to manage multiple modules. Now when we install Python, it comes with a standard library that consists of more than 200 built-in Python modules. For example, there is an OS module in Python which facilitates multiple functions to interact with the operating system. Then there is a math module which helps in conducting various mathematical operations. So in the same way, Python comes with various built-in modules. Still, there are many modules and packages that are not part of the Python standard library. So in such cases, we can utilize pip in Python to install various third-party Python packages. So pip is a default package manager tool for Python, which simply allows us to download and install various third-party Python packages. Now pip comes pre-installed with Python version 3.4 or higher. Now pip stands for pip install packages, which was created in 2008 by Alan Baking, but currently pip is managed by Python Packaging Authority. Now, as I told you, pip basically comes pre-installed with Python version 3.4 or higher. Still, if pip is missing from your system, we can install it using the following steps. So firstly, what we can do, we can check the Python version, then we can download the Python executable for the same version, and then we have to modify our installation. So first I will open my command prompt, and now I will check the version of Python which is installed in my system. So I will type python -- version. Here we can see currently Python 3.10.2 is installed in my system. Now what I have to do, I will open my browser. So from here I will simply navigate to the downloads page of Python. So I will type python.org/downloads. So as I am using Windows operating system, so I will click on Windows from here, and now from the list of versions I will look for Python version 3.10.2. so here is my version, and I will download the executable for 64-bit. So I will simply click on it. So it has started the download. So once this executable is downloaded, we will simply click on it to run it. So it is showing us the following three options. Out of these three options, we will select the first one, that is modify, and from this list of options we have to make sure that this pip is selected. So if this pip option is not selected at your end, you can select it and simply click on next and simply click on install. It will take few seconds to update the Python installation. So once this installation is completed, we simply need to close this. So with this, we have successfully installed pip in our system. Now we can basically utilize pip by executing commands on our command prompt. So next, let's discuss some of the basic pip commands. Again, for this implementation, I will open my command prompt. So let's clear the screen. So our very first basic command is to check the version of pip. For this, we simply need to type pip space -- version and click enter. So it will return the version of pip. This is my current version, that is pip 22.0.4. Next, we can use pip list command to list all the installed packages in Python. So if I click enter, it has returned two values. First is the pip package itself, and second is the setup tools. Now don't worry if you are not getting this exact version of pip at your end. Basically I'm using the latest pip version, that's why it is showing this version. You can also update the pip version by using the following command. For this, we simply need to type python-m pip install, again space -- upgrade pip, and hit enter. So at my end, I am currently using the latest pip version. That's why it is returning this thing, that requirement already satisfied. But if you are using some previous version, it will update it. Now, as we discussed earlier, the main role of pip is to install various Python modules and packages. So now let's discuss how we can install a Python package using pip. So the command is quite simple. We simply need to type pip install and then the package name. So for instance, I want to install NumPy. So if I click enter, it will install the NumPy package. So here you can see it has started downloading the NumPy version 1.22.3. So here you can see the successfully installed NumPy message. Now we can check whether NumPy has been added or not by using the pip list command. So here we can see in the list NumPy has been added. Now in the same fashion, we can use pip to fetch the information related to any package that is installed in our system. For this, we simply need to type pip show and then the package name. For example, I want to view the information related to NumPy package. So if I click on enter, this will return the following information related to this package. So the name of this package is NumPy. This is its current version and this is the little summary. Now just like installation, we can uninstall any package from our system using pip. And for this implementation, we simply need to type pip uninstall, then the package name. And for instance, we want to install this NumPy package. Click on enter. Now to proceed, I have to specify why. Again, click enter. So we can see the message successfully uninstalled NumPy. Now again we can check whether it has been uninstalled or not by using the pip list command. So if I run this pip list command, it will return the list of packages, and now from here we can see the NumPy has been removed from this list. Now let's move to the next topic. So for the next topic, we will discuss what is Python virtual environment. Now before this, we need to understand why we require virtual environment. So basically, Python has a large active community due to which these third-party packages get regular updates. So each package is available in a variety of versions. For instance, there is a package named NumPy and it is available in variety of versions. For instance, there is NumPy version 1.21, NumPy version 1.2.21.5, NumPy version 1.22. Now, a problem may arise when multiple Python-based projects require different version of same package. Let's understand this with an example. For instance, we have a project alpha which requires NumPy version 1.22.1 and there is another project with name beta which requires NumPy version 1.41. Now as both the packages will be installed in the same directory, it will create a conflict for both the projects. Now for instance, for project alpha we install this version of NumPy 1.22.1 and then for project beta we install this version 1.14. Then if we are using the same environment, what will happen? It will uninstall the NumPy version 1.22 and install this version 1.14. But when we use this alpha project, we are considering that we are using NumPy version 1.22. So in such cases, there will be conflict and problem will arise for both the projects. Now to overcome this issue, we can utilize virtual environment in Python. A virtual environment is basically an isolated Python environment with its own self-contained directory. It comprises specific Python installation along with some Python modules. Now we can utilize a virtual environment to create a separate isolated Python-based environment for each of our projects, and this will allow each project to save and retrieve packages from its own environment. So by creating a virtual environment, what we can do, we will create a virtual environment for project alpha and then we will install NumPy in it, and then we can also create a virtual environment for project beta and install this specific version in it. And as the virtual environment created for alpha will be isolated from this environment, there will be no conflict. Now to create a virtual environment in Python, we generally utilize the venv module. This module enables us to create and use lightweight Python based virtual environment. Also, it comes pre-installed with Python version 3.3 or higher. Now, if we are using Python version 3.3 or higher, we don't need to install any module. We can start using it directly. So next, we will discuss how we can create and use a Python virtual environment. So for this implementation, first we will discuss how we can create a virtual environment using the venv module in Python. Then we will discuss how we can activate a virtual environment. After this, we will understand how we can install packages within our virtual environment. And in the last, we will discuss how to deactivate a virtual environment in Python. Now again, for this implementation, I will move to my command prompt. Now before creating a virtual environment in Python, I will first create a project directory. And for this, first I will move to my D drive. Under the D drive, I will create another directory with the name test. So I will use the following command mkdir space, then the name of the directory test. Now I will move within my test directory. For this, I will use cd command. So I will type cd test. As I am within my test directory, let's understand how we can create a virtual environment using the venv module. For this, I will simply type python space -m venv and then the name of the virtual environment that I want to create. So for this instance, I will type python guides -env. Now with this command, we are creating the environment with name python guides -env within this test directory. So let's click enter. So as my cursor comes to the next line, it simply means my virtual environment is created. The next step is to activate a virtual environment. And for this, we simply need to type dot backslash, then we need to specify the environment name. So in my case, the environment name is python guides -env, then again backslash, then scripts, then again backslash, then activate, and simply hit enter. So as here we can see, the name of the virtual environment is coming at the starting of my prompt. It simply means the virtual environment is successfully activated. So next we will discuss how we can install a package within our virtual environment. So to install a package in a virtual environment, we are going to use the pip. So let me clear the screen first. So let's install the numpy package in this environment. So I will simply type python -m, then pip, then install. Now we need to specify the name of our package. So I want to install the numpy package and simply hit enter. So here we can see the message successfully installed numpy version 1.22.3. Now one thing that we need to understand here is this environment is completely isolated from my system's Python environment. So here if I run the pip list command, it has returned the following packages. Here we can see numpy is in this list. It means it is successfully installed within this environment. Now let me open another command prompt. So here I've opened another command prompt. Now if I run the pip list command, it will not return the numpy package because in this command prompt I am not using any virtual environment. So by default it is using my system's Python environment, and within that we have uninstalled the numpy module. Now in the same fashion we can also install any specific package version using the pip within our virtual environment. So for this we simply need to type python -m pip, again install, then numpy, and then double equal to, and here we need to specify the version number. So here I will specify 1.2.1.4. Let's hit enter. So previously when we run the pip install numpy command, so it has installed the latest numpy version which was 1.22.3. Now with this command we are installing this specific version, that is 1.21.4, which is a lower version. So pip has first uninstalled the latest version and then install the new one. Now the next step is to deactivate the virtual environment, and for this we simply need to type deactivate command and simply hit enter. So here we can see the environment name is not coming in the start of my prompt. It means it is been successfully deactivated. Now let's move to the next topic. So next let's discuss what is conda. So just like pip, we can utilize conda for managing environment and installing various Python packages. So conda is basically a cross-platform tool that enables us to install and manage packages using the Anaconda repository and the Anaconda cloud. Moreover, conda is not restricted to Python. We can utilize it for various languages such as C, C++, Java, and even JavaScript. Now, Conda basically comes with all the additions of Miniconda, Anaconda, and even Anaconda Enterprise. And by utilizing it, we can basically use this Anaconda repository, which consists more than 1500 packages for machine learning, deep learning, and many other tasks. And Conda helps to install this as well as thousands of other packages accessible using the Anaconda cloud. Now let's discuss how we can use Conda, and we will also discuss some of the basic Conda commands. Now as I told you, Conda basically comes with all the versions of Miniconda, Anaconda, and Anaconda Enterprise. So for this implementation, we will be using Miniconda. So if I simply search for Miniconda download, and let's open this first link, and we can easily download Miniconda from this page. So here they have given links related to different operating systems. So I have already installed Miniconda in my system. Now to assess it, we simply need to type Anaconda prompt. So from here, we simply need to open this Anaconda prompt. I will run this application as administrator. Now first let's understand how we can check the version of Conda. So for this we simply need to type conda space info. So it has written bunch of things. So this is basically the Conda version. So it is 4.12. Now when we basically install Miniconda or Anaconda, it by default comes with an Python environment. So due to which we can also see the Python version here. Now let's clear the screen. After checking the version of Conda, let's discuss how we can update it. Again for this we need to simply type conda update conda and hit enter. So in my case it is basically showing all required packages already installed. It means I am currently using the latest conda version. Now let's discuss how we can create a virtual environment using conda. There are basically multiple ways to create a virtual environment using conda. In this session we will discuss about the name method. So for this implementation, again first I will move to my test directory. Now we will type the command to create an environment. So I will simply type conda space create, then hyphen hyphen name, and now here we have to specify the name of the virtual environment. So here I will specify the name my venv and hit enter. Again it is asking whether I want to proceed or not. So I will specify y and hit enter. So here we can see it has returned done for all the transactions. It means our virtual environment has been created. Now to activate the virtual environment, we simply need to type conda space activate. So next we need to specify the name of our virtual environment. So in my case it is my venv and hit enter. So here we can see my venv is coming at the starting of my prompt. It means my environment has been successfully activated. Now as we have successfully activated an environment, let's discuss how we can install a package using conda. So for this we simply need to type conda install, then the package name. For this instance I will specify SkyPy and hit enter. Again it is asking whether I want to proceed. So to proceed I will specify y and hit enter. It will take few seconds to download and install this package. So here we can see the process has been completed. Now to check whether our package is successfully installed or not, we can list out all the packages in our current environment by using this command, which is conda space list. So in the case of pip, it was pip list. This time for conda, it is conda space list and hit enter. Now from this list here, we can see SciPy is there. Now in the same fashion, we can install any specific version of any package. For this, we need to specify the version of that package while installing it. For this, we simply need to type conda install, then the package name. I will say SciPy, and here double equal to, and then specify the version. So I want to install 1.6.2. So this process will ask again whether I want to continue. Now to continue, I will simply specify y and hit enter. So here you can see it is showing that the following package will be downgraded. So previously we have installed 1.73, which was the latest one, and then we are specifying the specific version that was 1.62. Now there will be many instances when there will be a latest version, but we are using the older one. So to update any package in conda, we can simply type conda update, then the package name. So let's update the SkyPy package, and here we can see the message the following package will be updated. So it has updated the SkyPy package from 1.6 to 1.7. Now we can also use conda to remove any package. So for this we simply need to type conda remove, then the package name. So I will remove the SciPy package. So it is showing me all the packages which is going to be removed. I will press Y to proceed. So with this, we have successfully removed the SkyPy package from our environment. The next step is to deactivate an environment. And for this, we simply need to type conda deactivate. So here we can see the environment has been changed now. Previously, it was my venv. Now it is base. So our environment has been successfully deactivated. Now there is one more option in Conda. While creating a virtual environment, we can use any specific version of Python as well. So let's discuss one Conda command to create a virtual environment with specific Python version. For this, we simply need to type conda, again create hyphen hyphen name, then the name of the environment. So in my case, I will type environment name as env spy35, and now after this we need to specify Python keyword, and with this we have to specify equal to. Now we have to specify the version that we want. So I want 3.5. Let's click on enter. So I guess at my end this environment already exists, so it is asking me to remove the existing environment. So I will press Y proceed. So as this process is completed, we have successfully created an virtual environment with name env-py35, and this environment basically consists of Python version 3.5. Now in Conda we can list out virtual environments. For this we simply need to type conda env space list. So if I expand this little bit, so here we can see there are basically 4 environments. Base, here we can see the asterisk sign, it means it is active now. So currently base virtual environment is active. Then there is env-py35 which we just created, and in the starting we created this myvenv. So with this we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.